Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. We're almost a week into fall camp. We're less than a month away from year 3 of the Josh Heupel era. What are we looking for? What do we expect in year 3 from Josh Heupel? You know, when he was hired at Tennessee, we're talking about rock bottom. We're talking about a 6 to 7 year rebuild. Josh Heupel comes out in year 1 and overachieves. You know, I love the quote from Rodney Garner. I play it all the time. Nobody comes to Tennessee to win 7 games. They come here to compete for championships, SEC championships, national championships, but we all realize that 7 wins in year 1 was overachieving. Then we enter year 2. Josh Heupel goes out. They win 11 football games. At one point, they're ranked number 1 in the college football playoff polls. They had an opportunity. Look, they were a college football playoff contender last year. They were. They have no one to blame but themselves for that South Carolina game, but they were a college football playoff contender. The question is, are they going to be that this year? Can this team get back into the top of the rankings in the college football playoff poll? I think they're going to have an opportunity. We're going to take a look at this article from ESPN.com, the top 17 teams that can make the college football playoff. Before we get into it, as always, do me a favor, all the YouTube stuff, smash the thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, free, and easy, but it does help the channel. It shares this video to like-minded folks like you, like me, other Tennessee fans, and that's what we're building here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. If it's your first time, welcome. Make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. And again, we're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't talk at you here. We talk with you. We are building a community of Tennessee fans. So if you like it, make sure you subscribe, all that good stuff. We would appreciate you coming and hanging out. We go live every Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's later today. We'll be playing NCAA football, but also talking all things Tennessee football. We'll jump into recruiting. We can talk about the miss on Amari Jefferson. We can talk about Williams Winery, all that stuff tonight. Also, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Ben McKee from Vols 247 will be in the house. We'll be breaking down the first week of fall camp, so make sure you tune in for that. But I want to take a look at this article today from ESPN.com. Again, 17 teams that can make the college football playoff. And when you go and you scroll through here, it says even Alabama coach Nick Saban will concede that right now Georgia is at the top of college football. That doesn't mean Alabama can't change that narrative, or Tennessee or LSU or Ohio State. Here's the quote from Saban. Georgia's won 2 national championships in a row, so I'd say for the moment they are the best. They've proven on the field that they are the best for the last 2 years, but success is not continuum for us. It's not a continuum for anyone. And you go look at Georgia's schedule. I think it's hard to disagree and say that they're not the favorite. They're not a team that can go out and win 3 national championships in a row, as much as that pains me to say. But you look at their schedule, I mean, really, they got to get through Auburn and they've got to get through Tennessee. That's basically it. Of course, you got the Florida game in there. You got South Carolina. You got Kentucky. There's some teams on Georgia's schedule that they can slip up, but they're going to be favored in probably every single football game, I would imagine, until you get into the postseason. But let's scroll through the list here, and you're going to see some teams that you're not going to be surprised to see, teams that can make the college football playoff. Again, Ohio State up there at the top. Georgia's in there, of course, Alabama, Texas. And the reason I'm talking about this, the reason I'm talking about, Tennessee, are they a college football playoff contender? Because as we look at what Josh Heupel has done, again, going into year 3, I think he's had a lot of success via the transfer portal. I think he's had a lot of success in recruiting. Going into the weekend, I don't know if the commitment from Amari Jefferson changed anything. Going into the weekend, Tennessee was sitting right at 6th, according to On3 in the recruiting ratings for the class of 2024. And one of the biggest counter arguments from other teams, whether we're talking recruiting or whether we're just talking as a fan base, whether or not Tennessee is back. And one of the arguments that they make is, well, you had one good year. You had one successful year, and now all of a sudden you think you are back. To me, we've had 2 successful years under Josh Heupel, and I don't care what happened under Derek Dooley, Butch Jones, Jeremy Pruitt. Don't care. It doesn't matter if that's in the past. All I care about is Josh Heupel and this coaching staff now. That's what matters, is what this coaching staff is doing. And again, I think they had success in year 1. You got to give them, that's a passing grade to go and win 7 games in year 1 after all the mass exodus of talent. And then in year 2, 11 wins. Of course, that's a pass. That's a pass. Now you're going into year 3. You've got to sustain that. Now, what does sustain mean? You guys tell me in the comments. Does Tennessee need to go win 10 games? Do they need to match an 11-win season? Is 9 wins acceptable? Because that's where I've got this football team right now making predictions early in fall camp. I've got this team winning 9 football games. So what is sustainable? What do they have to do to continue this momentum? And again, recruiting never ends. I kind of joke about it because the second the class of 24 is over, guess what? The class of 25 is the most important recruiting class that's out there. You got to always continue to recruit. And I think to do that, some of these big time battles, look, when you're going up against the Alabamas, like the case with Amari Jefferson, LSU with Kai Bates, some of these big time recruiting battles, you're not going to win them all, but you've got to continue to show that you can win on the field to have a shot. Let's take a look back at the ESPN article here. Again, the 17 teams that can make the college football playoff. Tennessee, last year's record, 11-2. FPI prediction. Again, the ESPN FPI that predicts every single football game. Pretty dang accurate. It's pretty accurate, but it's not science. So let's take a look at it. Chance of making the college football playoff, 2.5%. Chance to win a national title, 0.2%. Agree or disagree? The writer of this article says disagree. The Vols are trending up under Josh Heupel, and the opportunities against both Alabama and Georgia can put Tennessee back where it was last year in the top 4. The question is, can they stay there? And again, you got to look at Tennessee's schedule. You got to look at Tennessee's schedule to see if they're going to be able to do that. We'll do that in just a second here. Toughest test, November the 18th against Georgia. Last year, the Vols couldn't do it with the SEC Offensive Player of the Year, Hendon Hooker. Now they've got to find a way to win at the highest level without him. Georgia's defense will again be stifling, and the Vols didn't score a touchdown last year until the final 5 minutes. This game should again decide the SEC East winner. You know, that's kind of the narrative. That's what the national media is running with, is who Tennessee has lost, right? Hendon Hooker off to the NFL, Cedric Tillman off to the NFL, Jalen Hyatt, particularly on the offense. You can go over, you can talk about BY, but also, you know, Darnell Wright, top 10 draft pick. This football team lost a lot, but I also think they have the ability to be better defensively. Does that put them back in this playoff, college football playoff contender? I don't know. I think they're going to be better defensively, but will they kind of stumble a little bit on the offensive side of the ball? Look, Hendon Hooker was electric. I'm excited about Joe Milton. I love seeing the videos of him from fall camp. He is loose. He is relaxed. He is confident in who he is as the leader of this football team. The wide receiver position, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. Of course, Jalen Hyatt did big things, but I think we're going to see big things from a lot of these guys this year. Dante Thornton, Squirrel White, Brew McCoy. Also, I think Ramel Keaton is putting in the work. He's the guy that's splashing and impressing everybody in fall camp. This football team is going to go score points. So I know the narrative is about what they lost, but they have a lot coming back. And again, I don't think we're ever going to have to worry about that wide receiver room under Josh Heupel. The article goes on to say what the committee will like the schedule with crossover games against Alabama and Texas A&M, plus the November 18th game against Georgia. The Vols have enough chances at statement wins to help the committee forget Austin Peay, UTSA, and Connecticut. It's comical to me that you want to mention those games in there and act like Tennessee doesn't have a murderer's row on the schedule. Says what the committee won't like, an 0-2 record against the SEC West. The Vols have back-to-back October games against Texas A&M and Alabama. And if Tennessee loses both those games, that puts its hopes of winning the division in jeopardy, even with a win against Georgia. It says if Georgia's only regular season loss is to Tennessee and the Vols have 2 losses, Georgia would win the East. Thanks for the rocket science there. Goes on to say the division the Vols are in only becomes a factor in a tiebreaker situation. Would a win against defending national champs be enough for a top 4 finish? With 2 losses and no division or SEC title, it wouldn't be a guarantee. So again, they're saying Tennessee has a shot here to be a college football playoff contender in 2023. What do you say? Do you think Tennessee has a shot as you look at the schedule again quickly? I think that, it all starts, I've said it multiple times, on the road against Florida in the Swamp. That is a crucial game. I think if Tennessee goes out and wins that, they're going to have a chance to open this season at 6-0. But it gets interesting right there around Texas A&M. South Carolina, revenge game, going to be a beatdown. Go ahead and mark it down. You can quote me on that. But it gets interesting with Texas A&M, Alabama, and Kentucky to me. You got to play Texas A&M, and then you go on the road to play Alabama, on the road to play Kentucky. Those are 2 games back-to-back there that are going to be pretty tough, and I do believe that Kentucky is coming off of a bye week that week. I think J.D. Pickell was talking about that when he did his predictions. Pretty sure Kentucky is coming off of a bye. If you find a way to go into Georgia undefeated, then we're rolling through this entire season undefeated. Georgia will not beat Tennessee in Neyland Stadium if Tennessee is sitting at 10-0. They have no shot. You can write that down. You can book that as well. But can they start the season 10-0? That's another question. That is another question. But you guys know the deal. Jump in the comment section. Let me know. Is Tennessee a college football playoff contender? What are you looking for in 2023 from this football team? Also, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the merch, the brand new Fuga shirts, Fuga, and also Gator Hater are in the shop. We've got a brand new Tri-Star shirt that's kind of clean. If you like that more simple design, again, different styles, different sizes, different colors. You can go customize whatever you want. Buck Fama is back, but we appreciate all the support. Bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. That link is also in the description below. Also, shout out to the members of the channel. Appreciate you guys. We need a membership drive. We need more support. We need your support. If you like the videos, you like the live streams, you like the content, hit that join button down below for just $1. That's all we're asking. $1 per month. You're supporting what we're trying to build around here, but also access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.